All right, we're just jumping right in, having some technical difficulties right now. Looking just like me. Hopefully, you can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know, but you wouldn't know. Prospects eRacing League. We're at Abu Dhabi, round 9, tier 2, ready to go. I'm going to check in the chat right quick as we wait for the quali to start. Looks like some people are already out there. So Hybit's on board here. I'm gonna check in the chat, see if I can hear me. And Artistic, if you're watching, make sure that you just join the voice thing I started. Wasn't working? It's working now, hopefully. Audie says surprise. Not sure. That means. Got 2 monitors now, though. And switch it back over. Abu Dhabi, typically the closer for the season. I love streaming because you'll come back to it and just nothing works. Just don't work, no reason. But 2 monitors means I can view the chat while we're doing tier 2. I'm board here with So High Bits and the Ferrari. Seriously. Need to have somebody confirm in the chat. Okay, good. Thank you. That's all I needed. Now we can settle in round 9. I believe we have maybe 3 rounds left. Joe's Coconut's been on a tear. So we got our flying lap here in the McDonald's Ferrari. As long as you hear people talking, that's what's important. So again, anybody want to join commentary, I'm in the Discord. I'm an audio. Artistic, if you're still out there. The call is active. Keyboard strokes. Nope. Onto the focus of task here is the race. As we look to hopefully crown the champion here for season 7. Dylan early on setting the bar, 125, 212. Getting used to this double monitor. Could be the voices in your head, Sig. Never know. As long as you can hear me, we're great. Onzo, 124, 854. 6/10 up. Not really sure what the times were for tier 1. I'm thinking low 124s. Never mind. I'm going to say high 123. So high bits in the Ferrari. Looks like we're going to finally have 2 Ferraris in this race. Crew Streamer's the other. Chappers right now. Just off the bit. Folksy setting a time up in Chappers into second. We got 5 times set. Doing well. Today's race, So High Bits, Crew Streamers in the Ferraris, Folksy and Coconuts are points leader in the Haas. Chappers and Snoop Coop in the Astons. All these blues run together. Come up with a better paint scheme, F1. Anza in the Williams with Lazalbo. I believe that's Lazalbo in the Williams. Dylan in the Alpine with Luke. Boyer with a Merc. Again, teaming up with himself. Only 1 Merc this week, unless somebody's be late. 17 drivers. Tarman Khan in the Red Bull with Monster making a premiere. Tier 2. Jonesy and Thomas Wayne and the McLaren's Para Bevo, Bevo, Devo, Devo in the Alphas. Right now, So High Bits up early, not by much, about 2/100ths of a second, and he comes back into the pits. Folksy What's he gonna up here? It's a strong campaign. Chapper's back in the pits. Bevo up to 4th. Hook 'em horns. The Alpha teammate still in the pits. 12 minutes and counting. I really like having 2 monitors. I can see how I'm doing. Let's see if I can join the call with Artistic. Hold on. Hey, Artistic, you there? Nope. You there? I heard something.
Okay, I hear you.
There we go. Thank God. Question is, can they hear us? Say in the comments. Artistic, you are very muffled.
It's spotty. You're really spotty. Just see if I take you off the speaker.
Okay, Jonesy says he can hear us, so after about an extra 10 minutes of... All I did was hook up a monitor. Did nothing to do with the audio. I think the settings are backwards on something, so I didn't change it. But whatever, we are good here. Joined by Artistic. 11.
Hey, now.
That's a lot better.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right, I took you off of my headset. I'm just going to have you on speaker. I've got the actual sound in my other headphones, so that shouldn't be any conflict.
Works for me. Good to go. Coop on the hot lap. Well, he was. Going real slow. Crew streamers. 10th. Monster. Back in the pits. About 3 seconds off the pace. Coconut disqualified. Points leader.
And I got to do something to slow that man down. He is absolutely destroying the field.
Completely agree. Maddie says he's not subbed. Well, you better sub.
Have you had the opportunity to go through our points leaders for the season so far?
That's all you.
All right, we got in first place in the Haas. We got Just Coconuts at 120 points, followed by Ans at 9, Edwin Williams at 87 points, Blandy with 74 in the Ferrari, Choppers at 65 in the Aston Martin, Pira at 61 in the Alfa Romero. Bevel's got a solid 58 in the Alfa Romero as well. That's a great team, by the way. Folksy's at 57 in the Haas. They should be the #1 rated team. Him and Just Coconuts. We also have Goofy at 51. Wait, did I say Bevel? I meant to say Bebo. I take that back. That's Bebo with 58 points, followed by Folksy, Goofy at 51, Jonesy at 49, X-Coop 35, Pigment Man 29, 25 by David Boyer, Luke's got 23, Guitar Man 21, Leclerc 19, followed by Steve Burton at 10, Timba 10, Dylan 2, Patty Pat 1, and the only drivers we have so far who get to score any points is Sam Brooks, Shane MC, and Les Albo. And don't underestimate any of those 3 guys, because one of those guys with no points is a 2-time champion in the Prospect Esports Racing League.
Abu Dhabi. Somebody asked about the facts. 13 times held. Text message. First held in 09. Hamilton dominates here. 5 wins. Merckx got 6 as a constructor. Circuit length 3.281 miles or 5.281 kilometers if you do that weird stuff. Verstappen took the pole. We all know what happened last year. In the
we know what happened last year. We're gonna get to last year, buddy. You know what happened last year. Yeah. Okay. Don't get me started already. Go ahead, sir.
Formula One first came to Abu Dhabi in 07, and the guys of the first Formula One festival. I don't know if they've had any more of those outside of that year. Grand Prix went to Vettel. Looks like he dominated pretty early. Not the biggest fan of the track, but they have made some changes. There's just a lot of runoff area. So, yeah. Somebody went way around there. Chappers! Into the 123s! And as tight as you could get into those 123s.
I think that made it better. Like that turn 5 down there. That turn 5 is not nearly as sharp. You know, you seem to be able to wrap around it a little more easily to get some more solid racing done. Just a few areas of the track where it doesn't seem to be nearly as tight and it's a little more racing. It would be an absolute amazing track if not for last year's end results,
Well,
as we'll
results
get to.
shouldn't dictate the engineering of a track, but if that
No,
engineering
yeah,
favors
it
somebody
shouldn't.
else,
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Lots of things shouldn't have happened last year in 2020 Abu Dhabi,
DRS,
as we've seen last week in Monza. When things are done right, we've seen how they were done last week in Monza.
and everybody there booed. I can't hate. I mean, I'm a Ferrari fan, but everybody in Italy really hated that. That race was almost kind of a catastrophe, in my opinion. But
Well, they should have red flagged it early on, and then that way they would at least got their three lap shootout.
and that's what they got in the final race last year. I don't see what they did. Oh, because that guy's gone. That's why. It's not fair.
Look at people setting the fastest lap.
Yeah, man, it's real tight. Look at literally 1 through 4. Get an idea. These Ferrari drivers seem new this week. Splandy's not here unless he changed his name and I don't know it. But yeah, the DRS zone really helped this track because DRS was not a part of Formula One when they opened this track, so big help in that the 2 back straights, I guess.
Yeah, they still openly contemplate having it removed. I don't know. I think when you get enough DRS trains, it's a little bit tedious. But outside of that, I mean, they can make your racing a little more interesting depending on what's going on. But if your guy's winning and losing and the other guy's got DRS, you tend to go back and forth as to whether or not you want it,
Yeah, I mean, these cars by themselves need the help they can to pass. Otherwise, you'd just be qualifying and you avoid wrecking, and that's the end of the race. Jonesy, look at 5 and 6 McLaren going mid-pack here. Thomas Wayne W 769, which I think that is actually a reference to Mercedes.
Well, and speaking of McLaren, they're sitting in the midfield of our championship right now. The number 1 team is Haas at 177, followed by the Alfa Romeo at 119, Williams at 100. Austin Martin's got tied for the third place podium position at 100. Ferrari has 74, followed by the 72 of Red Bull. AlphaTauri at 64, followed by McLaren at 59, Mercedes at 35, and Alpine's rounding up the tier with 35.
Brought up the mini map just now. So Habits looks to be on a flying lap. He currently sits third. Jonesy also stated a fun fact that the Eiffel Tower can be 15 centimeters smaller during the summer due to thermal expansion. Wouldn't if it expand, wouldn't it get bigger? That's what she said. I don't know. But going through it again, Monty stating he's nervous as F. I'm saying all as natty. So he's making, I don't know if this is his premiere in Tier 2 or not. You would be more familiar with that. I haven't seen his name come across, so.
Who are you talking about?
Monty.
Okay. You say you don't see him?
Well, I'm saying I think this is his premiere in Tier 2. I don't think I've seen him in the past in Tier 2. He's generally been Tier 3, right?
Yeah, he's a Tier 3 guy. He's one of our faster guys, so look out. He can definitely surprise you and come on the top of the leaderboard in this race. He's definitely not here to finish P17, I guarantee you.
Zalbo out of the race as well on here. So High Bits fastest through Tier 2 or Sector 2. You're going to see what he's got here at the tail end of the lap. Ooh, a little bit of spinny there. A little bit of spinny there. He's around. That wing's gone. Can he muster it? He will continue. Should have enough time to get the pit, get that changed. It's going to be close, though. We got 3 minutes to go. Lizalbo saying he still can't keep it in a straight line. Boy, let's get to practicing. Let's take a look at Khan.
Let me pull our Twitch account up here, see how we're doing there. I need to mute that, though.
I'll tell you what, it is nice having 2 monitors. At least the video's working and the stream's good, because when you got 2 monitors and you try to stream and the refresh rate's different, it hiccups. So first thing I did when I hooked this thing up was to just lock it at 60 on both, even though they go
when I had to retire from IT right before all this sickness crap happened. I used to work with 350-inch monitors, and I loved 350-inch monitors, and I had a laptop next to me.
My
So it was
goal,
like, yeah, man, I was living the dream,
my goal is to have 4 TVs mounted to a wall, so I can watch 4 things at the same time. Or oop, that calm behind getting squirrely. On board with folksy chappers, also looking to sneak a pull here. Bevo on his outlap. See what we got coming across first. We
And
got
that's
the
and that's Bebo.
Bevo.
Yeah,
I thought you
he
yelled at
wants to
me
be known
calling
as,
him Bevo. Chapper's coming
huh?
across here. What's he gonna do? Does not improve. His teammate though, don't improve either. So we got one more run at this. Bevo coming across. Does he improve? He does not. So it can be tough times to beat.
Okay, the, the key for Bebo today is going to be whether or not he can maintain his one lap pace throughout a race. Because when it comes to one lap, Bebo's as good as anyone, but sometimes he gets a little ahead of himself and he'll be right there in the thick of the race leader and will hit a wall or spin out or do something goofy to cost himself a win. But he definitely has an opportunity to win this race.
I know the last game.
Oh, we got a blocking in the
Oh,
pit lane penalty by crew steamers.
Folksy went
Which is,
around on the hot lap, almost hit one of the Alpines. Is that Anza?
that's an absolute rare penalty for crew streamers. That's one of those kind of guys. He rarely ever gets a penalty, and because of that, he doesn't always have the fastest lap pace. But if you look up, by him not making any mistakes, he's right there in the hunt for a podium position. So he might be in a little bit of trouble after this checklist disqualification and penalty. And we got a spin out by Pierre. Pierre has spun out.
He's out.
Turn seven got the best of him there.
So High Bits is red coming to the line, but we have. Should have got that. Jabbers! Jabbers takes it! Right now. Yes, he will!
Hey, we've
Unbelievable.
been waiting on you, Chappers. Hey, we've been waiting on Chappers to have that type of performance all year long. Every race, he's like he's ready. He's had a few bad luck moments, but he absolutely has the ability to get up there and win a race. So let's see what he can do today. Great job, Chappers.
So High Bits coming for it. What's he going to have in the Ferrari? Nobody in front of him to help with the speed. See if he gets through sector 2, if he's purple at all. Yeah, Bevo set that lap, went to the pit. Maybe he thought he was Bevo. Maybe he thought he was comfortable. I don't know, but he ain't first. And the points leader is out of quali. He'll start from the back. But we're on board with so High Bits. You see Folksy over there. Got sideways again. He's probably going to finish 4th. Coming through these final 90s. Kind of 90s. Tricky section through here. You want to make sure your speed is where it needs to be to match the grip and not lose any time. Coming across the line. Does Chappers hold on or not? Chappers will take the pole. Unless Anza's got something, but he's red. Looks like Chappers is going to get his first career pole in Tier 2.
What I'm talking about. Well, get up there, Chappers.
He's been working hard for quite a while.
Yeah, I feel so bad for him sometimes when he when he gets right there and then things don't quite work out. I'm like, hey, you'll have your day, and it looks like he's trying to make that day today at the expense of all you people. We've had an awful lot of disqualifications, whatnot, to start the actual race. That's more than I've seen so far throughout this season.
A couple of guys pushed it too hard in quali, and the tires didn't like it. I'm gonna grab my coffee right quick, but give us a rundown here. There's more time left.
This is not the kind of track where you have to be lap quality dominated. You can race here. You can get some wheel-to-wheel action here. There's certain parts of the track where you might be able to get squeezed 2 or 3 cars out there on a particular lane. So you do have the opportunity to make some passes and race wheel-to-wheel here. So the quality position is important, but not nearly as important as it would be in a place like Monza or Hungary or somewhere along those lines.
Go ahead
So as
and
a little, you
go ahead and
can
break
go ahead
down
and
this list for us.
all right, we got Choppers at pole at 123.861. Great job, Choppers. Followed by Bebo, Shohokvich, Folksy, Guitarman, Esther Jonesy at 6th. 7th is Thomas. He's a new guy. It's his second race with us. He raced great last week, and I'm sure he wants to do even better. That's better quality than he had last week. I don't remember where he was, but he was not in the top 10 that I remember. We got David Boyer, 8th. Angie, 2nd. 9th, I'm sorry. Followed by Luke. Dylan, X2, Monstar, Alva. Let me slide down a little bit. Alva, Para, Cool Steamers, and Just Coconuts. They're Just Coconuts, as I said before, even though he is right now currently P17 in this quality situation. He is up by 33 points on the championship this year over Anza, and add another 13 points to that over Splendy. So he's up 26 points on the third place guy. 13 points. Oh, I'll take that back. That's 13. He's up 33 points over the second place guy, and that will be 46 points over the second person behind him, the third place person. So really, Folksy is absolutely in absolute domination control over this championship. That does not mean he should be the favorite for each and every race, because I've been racing with all these people, men and women. Now we do have ladies in our field as well, not in this particular tier, but I know there's one that comes to mind. Paige, she's in tier 4. She's a beast. She's a woman. Ladies, if you're listening out there, we do welcome and would love to have more women drivers to come give these guys a run for their money. We know you're capable. You see women like Jamie Chadwick get it done. You see Paige get it done in this league, and she can absolutely use some homegirls to back her up. So get on in here. All right, so that's four. We got this race started, and it's all you, sir.
That's not sure if they remember to turn off the formation lap.
No, I don't believe so.
That is, yeah, their formation. So two stop will be a pit to hards around between lap 12 and 16. I don't know whose decision it was to enable formation laps again, because we had to disable that because people kept spinning out to start.
Well, I think the main reason with that, though, it wasn't the spin out. They just got to be able to control their car. It was a matter of the whole game glitching out as a result of the safety. So before the result of the formation lap. And since that's no longer the case, you just got to maintain your own ability to keep your tires hot without hitting the wall.
Yeah, that's a bug they fixed, and so be it. I'm fine with it. Make sure I'm not just like, oh god, right from the start. So Monty says he's a little gutted over that performance.
Yeah.
He is the last car to set a time. But then there's Chappers in the Aston.
And that Austin Martin there.
Glowing green.
I got Fernando for a minute there. Boy, I tell you, F1 is really becoming like the NBA when year-round. There's so much news and excitement, even outside of the grid, outside of the tarmac, outside of the paddock. There's always something going on in the F1 world right now with player changes and, just so many controversies, and it's become flat out just super exciting. So much so, I think I've gained an extra side of my hair that's been great just based off being a fan of the league. Just tearing me up, but I love every moment of it. It never hurt so good,
I feel you. All those yachts in Abu Dhabi. Too much money for their own good.
But I will admit, I'm a hardcore, diehard Sir Lewis Hamilton, the GOAT fanboy, and watching what's being done to him this year it's just a very difficult situation for me. I won't go into how I feel about it in detail, but hey, it's been a rough season.
Well, Folksy just went way off the track. I don't know what happened there. They're just skipping ahead. Connectivity, server stuff, still better than Gran Turismo. Hopefully we can get that going on Fridays again.
Nice. I haven't had a chance to buy the game yet. I'd like to buy it. I'd like to get that and F1 Manager really. So it's there on my bucket list.
I'd say wait until the day after Thanksgiving. I'm sure they'll chop the prices major on that.
I'm gonna jump in the back and sit in here with Coconuts and see him fight his way through the front. If you want to grab the front and we can kind of meet in the middle.
We are, and on that note, we are green. Here's the
Let's get it.
start. Straight drag race into turn one. Bevo almost protected by Chappers. Awesome launch. Folksy slings to the outside. Also, Bevo pushing the Ferrari a bit to the outside. Brilliant start by Chappers off the line. No spin. The no spin zone. So high
Oh,
bits
we got
now
our
in a
first
second.
penalty.
Now we got a safety car to start.
We got
And
our first penalty. Lucas had a collision, and Jess Coconuts has already moved from 17th to 14th spot. This guy gets off that line so quick. I'm just watching him on these mediums with no. Speaking of, what kind of tires we got out here? Let's see what everybody's driving in here. Tires. Basically, almost everyone in the mediums, with the exception of Thomas in fifth, and the softs. Luke is in 10th with the softs, and we got Alba down right now in 17th in the softs, even though that's not where he started, because that's where Just Coconut started, who's currently 14th.
Bevo going on the hards. Between him and Monster, that's about it. Let's see if that strategy pays off.
Oh yeah, you're right. I did not see that. You're right. Bevo and Monstar are in the hearts.
Speaking of hards, Bevo goes around. No heat. So he's falling back to 10th. Oh, those safety cars will get you. Devastating now. He's right behind Coconuts. Let's see if these two battle it out in the back to make their way to the front. We're back green again, so high bits. Trying to close in on Chappers back to the front stretch across the line here. Somebody went around in sector 3. Something happened. Doesn't matter. Chappers early on, very early, showing utter confidence and domination as the Ferrari is not giving up. Different driver this week, unless it's the same driver. Jonesy says, opinions on F1 going to Vegas. I think it's fantastic. I just came back from Vegas. They get the track laid out. You can drive around it out there. It's pretty cool. Somebody went down. Bevo and Coconuts.
It's out of the race. Oh my goodness gracious, having to spin somewhere around turn 3, and he just, oh my goodness, he is out of the race. Our championship leader is done for the day.
Boy, you could have picked a better day to sleep through. Wow. Oh, Chappers. Some anxiety off of his shoulders. Oh, the top two that we got going right now are out of the race. That is some Senna Prost stuff.
Yeah, we see our young new recruit Thomas there. It's going to be interesting to see if he can use this as an opportunity to make his presence known within the league. Because last week was his first race, but I don't think he's very well known. But there's nothing like winning the race to let it be known who you are and you're someone to be reckoned with immediately.
Back
Get
to
on out there,
green.
young man. Make it happen.
Back to green. Folksy, the other Haas, can he capitalize on his teammates' demise? Right now, Chappers again. I mean, they're just setting fastest lap. Para nailed the time penalty. 3 seconds.
And as far as Vegas is concerned, being an American, I'm absolutely happy. I'm sorry, I take that back. Being from the States, because there's too many parts of America for us in the United States to think we got the audacity to claim it all. That's ridiculous. So for here in the States, I'm glad that we finally got 3 races here. F1 is not big in the States. IndyCar is, NASCAR is, but by having 3 races here, unlike any other country, we now have the opportunity for guys like myself and Philbin to really get out there and let F1 be known within our country, and let's blow this thing up. Vegas is going to be great.
Para is out of the race, so within 3 laps, he's lost 3 drivers.
What the heat is going on?
These tires. Para on the softs. They can get the heat, I guess, but we do have Folksy applying pressure to Sohibits. Soho. I'm just going to call him Soho. It's too much to say. We're going to go Soho. Coming for Soho. And not really.
I think there's a ball around to make a move on answer. That's a pretty good little fight down there for 6th place.
Thomas has had better tires, but he's going to have to make it work quicker because those are going to fall off here. They've had a bit of an early break, but by lap 10, them softs are gone. So he's probably banking on a safety car.
Even though I drive for Haas, I used to drive for Haas. I drive for Williams in the league in Tier 4, but it's still so hard not to be drawn to that Mercedes-Benz and the Lewis Hamilton car. It is so beautiful. I say, as an artist, I'm just absolutely in awe of the beauty of that car.
Oh, There's nothing like the Big Mac in second. DRS is open. Got a train there in 2 and 3rd. Not going to make any time on Chappers.
Trappers, you're making it look easy out there, buddy. 6/10 of a second up. Looking good. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Jonesy asked if NASCAR is bigger than American football. About 20 years ago, it was questionable.
Oh, no.
20 years ago, it was questionable. Now, no. I mean, nothing's bigger than American football. So.
But I personally don't watch it anymore. I let American football go a few years ago. So when I let it go, I quit college football, pro football, Pop Warner, flag football, little kids running down the street with a football. I had to let it all go. And I've been a football guy since I was 3 years old, and I'm 53.
Around the time Dale Earnhardt died, NASCAR was getting heavy ratings, heavy sellouts to where it was competing with the NFL.
No, I'm messing with you.
Okay. Chapper's still up here. Back in the front stretch. Folksy did lose that spot to Soho, who is now up to second.
I think NASCAR is about as big as it's going to be without being able to incorporate more of its national people. I think there's been so much to keep it exclusive, per se, over the years that it's really hurt the product. And I think IndyCar is somewhat of a derivative of that. And one of the things that drew me to F1 is I didn't see that so much so as I did in NASCAR, even though Lewis Hamilton is only one of only 800 drivers has been in F1, only one of them been black. That's a little bit disgusting, but I'm glad I like to be able to say the one they've had is the GOAT.
Folksy underneath Soho, back to second, came in hard on that DRS. That's a really hard corner transition to make. The chicane is basically about 245-degree angles coming off that long straight. So the apex has got to be perfect, and he made it stick up to second. We got Anza getting around Khan, 5th and 6th here, and Khan rebound. The Williams pushing it hard. Thomas kind of sitting in limbo, 2.5 back from Soho. But boy, these top 3, Chappers is not giving an inch.
Yeah, the rest of the league is a little spread with the exception of X-Scoop and David Boyer, who Guitarman seems to be fighting it out from the 8th to the 6th spot for the most part. But Guitarman's got a pretty solid lead on that. He's like, what are you talking about fighting it out? I'm up like almost a second. I feel your pain, but that's still one of the closest battles.
So Sector 3 might have been Crew, not sure. See a blue back there. That's Lozalbo doing donuts as a ghost. Jonesy keeps chatting, and he's in last. Might need to get that together here. But
and how pretty is that Ferrari with that yellow on there, man? Maybe they should rock that all season long.
Yeah, it's a hidden favorite color for Enzo. Oh, ball move inside! Folksy takes the lead in the Haas. Chappers gave it up. DRS, it was close enough. Better through the corner there was Chappers. He's going to have another chance to rebound here, but good exit by Folksy right there. On the outside, DRS is open. Can he capitalize on the outside? Nothing there.
Folksy is number 7 in our championship right now, and he's been right there. He's typically right there in the hunt for race wins. I mean, there's a reason why the Haas team is the number 1 team in the league. So even though my man Coconuts is out, his teammate is representing for the Haas team. And being a previous Haas driver, I can't help but enjoy watching these gentlemen get down as they do. If only Mick Schumacher could drive a car so well, he might still have a spot in F1 next season.
He better. His last name's Schumacher. But Chappers hanging tight here. Might be able to get that lead back when we get to that DRS zone. But boy, they are 1-to-1 on corners. Nobody is slowing down between these top 2 drivers. Soho, a little bit of distance growing there. Anza is up to 4th. Thomas fell back to 7th. He had to pit because them softs fell off. Luke going to the softs. Oh, wait, no, he was on the softs. So everybody that took softs to start with, they're in the pits now. Serving his penalty. Look back here, these top 3 again, tight. Oh, somebody's out. Safety car is out. Is it going to help them if they pitted, or?
We lost that scoop as I was fighting with this goofy controller of mine that seems to hate me. This must be a Red Bull controller. Just thinking, it's got to be a Red Bull controller because it's acting goofy over here. What the heck is going on? Where's Michael Massey? Where's Michael Massey? Look, okay?
He's at home. So again, we are on Twitch. Moved from YouTube, although you can find our replays on YouTube.
Hey, Coconut. Good to see you in the lobby, buddy.
Hey,
Enjoy seeing you more in the race, but hey, good to see you in the Twitch lobby.
Coconut's in the wrong place right now, as he is in the chat after he's just not an Abu Dhabi fan. But his teammate is in the lead.
He might have just wanted to lay on back today. Because that was a very, very rare mistake. And I got my eye on Cruz Steamer, because that's a sneaky one, as I told you before. Don't be surprised to see him inch his way much closer up there. Right now, he's in 10th place, but I don't see him staying down there very long.
Could someone in the chat explain to me why people on mediums are pitting on lap 8? Folksy came in and others followed. Chapper stayed out. That's strange. So we got 5 guys in the pits. Monster moving up to 5th on the hards. He wanted to pit for a minute, but Chappers inherits the lead back. Folksy does come back out 2nd. Soho 3rd. Monster 4th.
Yeah, I'd love to see a bunch of these old familiar names going at it. I mean, this is our 7th season, and most of these people have been racing throughout the majority of these seasons, so it's really nice to see people who have been at it for a long time, putting in work, making advancements, staying consistent. I tell you, I watch a lot of sim racing. I know a lot of sim races in which are not associated with our league, but this is by far and away the best league, sim racing league in the world, because it is really an expanded family for so many, myself included. I don't know how I would have got through the pandemic in so many situations without you guys. Thank you all so much.
Says Chappers made the right call to stay out. I agree. Coconuts gives a breakdown. Got disqualified in quali for spinning in turn 2. Ended up at the pit exit. Then it said disqualified. Then got caught up in 2 cars in front spinning on the race. And another car hitting them. Hards can go to the end now if there is no other safety car. But I'm thinking there's safety car. Matty D says the mediums still have a lot of life left. That's why I thought it was a bold decision. Maybe they're hoping the hards go to the end and there's no other safety cars, but we've completed like 4 out of 8 laps. There's going to be safety cars.
There's going to be a safety car.
That's why it works in Chapper's favor to stay out. Plus, he's on mediums. They're about to hit peak performance. There's another lap ticked off, saving those the life on those tires.
What do you think, Tapper? Try to run another 12 laps out of those hards, out of those mediums, baby?
I think you can get 15. The range said 12 to 16 before the race or pit strategy if you want to start on mediums. So what I'm saying is 15 or 16 for him. He might look out and get a safety car. If it's like an immediate, I say don't pit. But if we get lap 12 or 13, there's a safety car. I think Chapper should pit. Manny D also notes that if there's a late safety car, he can go to softs. But them softs haven't proved too well so far. We saw somebody spin out Para. And then Thomas was on softs. He didn't gain any ground. He also didn't lose any. But he had to pit early. And right now, that safety car kind of helped him, keeping him where he's at. So
the thing about putting on softs, though, the softs make you feel like, get it done right now. And because of that, you don't really have the same type of get into your lap as you would a medium or a hard. So because of that, right now, you hit the gas, and you might not be quite ready for some of those things because you're pushing a little too hard too soon. So it wasn't necessarily tires. Could have been the driver. I'd have to go back and see exactly what happened.
Definitely should go green this time. We got Jonesy way back. And then probably 10 through 12 are way back too, trying to catch the pack. Got to get temperature in those tires. One thing for certain, yes, this is the desert. But this is a night race in the desert, so it's colder. And it's going to be harder to keep temperature in those tires. And that might be part of the problem that we've seen thus far.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things they really need to do in the coming races, in the years to come, coming games. They need to give us more specs because they're aware that so much is done in the broadcasting side of these particular races. They need to give us more things to work with. Like we have no access to weather. We have no access to some of the delta that's taking place on some of these corners and things of that nature. We need to be able to pull some things from the race itself, even as we broadcast it.
Well, this has turned into quite the parade race as we have another lap under safety car. Again, our top. Just to recap, our points leader went out lap 1. Our driver in second went out shortly after. And Chappers took the pole at the last second and has not looked back. Did have a swap of position between him and Folksy, teammate Two Coconuts. So right now is a battle of constructors trying to get those points to close in on the Haas because that's a big opportunity.
And keep in mind, Chappers is our fourth place leader in the championship. He's not up here by mistake. Now, even though Just Coconuts is out of the race, Chappers every single race this season has expected to win the race. Every single race he is expected to get on podium. Every single race when he did not get on the race, when he did not win or did not wind up on podium, he's been extremely disappointed. So he's by no means shocked in his position right now. He absolutely believes he can win this race and should have a solid opportunity to do so.
What's the one dude's name? I can't think. He started the season. I haven't seen him in a while, and he does commentary. Who am I thinking of? Didn't he start McLaren?
John McLaren?
I can't think of his name. It starts with a P. Oh, it's Patty. Where's Patty Pat, man?
Oh, Patty Pat. Patty Pat's tier 2. Oh, yes, this is tier 2. For some reason or another, I think Patty Pat left the league. But he's still involved in the league. Yesterday, there was a tier 1 race, and I was in the lobby, in the Twitch lobby, conversed with Patty Pat a little bit. He still has his own league. He still does his own lobby where I see prospect people in there. So I don't know why he left, what he's got going on in his life, but I know that he's still in good standing with the league and many people within the league. So it's not a bad thing, whatever he's doing. I'm sure it's to advance his life, career, and family. Good luck to you out there, Patty.
Oh, we got Folksy coming around. We went back green. Backhand came out. Another Red Bull spins. I'm telling you, them tires. This is quite the parade race. Did they save it? No safety car. Chappers. Ooh, boy. Chappers, go buy a damn lottery ticket, dude. I mean, seriously. Thomas Wayne up to third. Soho up to second now. Allen's a fourth. Boyer fifth. So, those hards not working out. Chappers now.
Hey, did we see team orders? Did we just see team orders right there? We see Monster and Chapper. I'm just teasing. They're both back there in the back of the grid at 12 and 13, but Guitar Man swung past Monster pretty fast. Both those Red Bulls are trying to catch up to the rest of the pack right now. You know, even though I'm not a big F1 fan, Red Bull fan in the real world, Red Bull and Prospect, I love these guys, man. Each and every Red Bull driver is freaking awesome and absolute amazing people. And the car itself is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's a very, very beautiful car.
So Chappers now Soho second. Thomas Wayne now third. Who did I just say was third? Wasn't somebody else third? Folksy back down to 10th. But Soho, Ferrari applying the pressure. Here comes the Aston through the sections through here. I don't know why they seem like they're going a bit slow through there. But maybe it's just the camera view. I'm not sure. Somebody out in Sector 3. Cruz spins. Well, Chapper still got 11 lap mediums. I mean, he's going to get his wish. There's going to be a safety car coming up. Nobody can stay on the track. So, except him.
Chapper sure can.
Chappers in Soho right now, the class of the race. This reminds me of Monza 2020 when Gasly won and everybody won out. It was such a good race. But Thomas in the McLaren behind, trailing in third. DRS is not open yet, so Soho will not get the wings to take over.
As I'm looking,
move underneath. Ferrari Soho forces the issue, comes in and chops the apex, takes the lead from Chappers. But Chappers, never mind, got back around. I guess the camera angle fooled me. But here he comes again! Taking the lead.
I don't believe Soho is a Tier 2 driver. I think he's a Tier 2 reserve, but I think he's a Tier 3 driver, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
for him to be fighting for a win.
Yeah, he's making a case. Great. Soho now in the lead.
You got to get it done throughout the the course of the season. So this might not be a bad time for Chapper to consider,
Pitting.
getting out some tires. No,
Yeah.
he's fast to pit up. He might go a couple more laps, but if he loses any more time, if he loses time to Thomas, it might be time to consider changing his tire here.
I was wondering if Chappers let him by, knowing that DRS was coming back because the fight was hard between the team. And he kind of moved out of the way there at the end, but also got to wonder if those tires are starting to fall off.
Exactly.
Beginning of that window. But I would give it 2 more laps, see if you get a safety car. And if not, he's going to have to pit. He's got the pace to get back to the top, though. Soho, though, the day the Tier 3, the mid-pack drivers taking over.
Our most interesting guy is Thomas. Who the heck is this guy?
He's Batman, dude. It's Thomas Wayne, Thomas W. So, world's greatest detective.
And when he came into the league, I didn't catch who it was. I just heard someone say, "Look out for this guy." And I think may have been somebody who introduced him to the league. And he finished in the top 10 yesterday, started in the top 10 today, and right now currently sits in the 3rd podium position. So, great job, new guy. And welcome aboard.
Look in the chat. Coconut says he's leading by 43. That's going to go down. Both alphas out. Let's see. We got Chappers is losing pace. Them tires are done. Might have blew his lottery winnings too early. Might not get a safety car, but here comes Thomas.
You know what? I think Chappers would debate that lottery winning frame of mind. I think he's too good a driver to even depend upon luck. That guy steps out there and tries to put it down. He might have had a misstep, but he's by no means out of this race. I do think he needs to consider coming off those tires, as you said. But all the while, I think he's a lot better driver than me, so he knows what he's doing out there.
First streamers spun out sector 3, way at the back.
Ooh, you're killing me. You're killing me, crew. That's my dude, man. Come on, crew. Get up in there in that Ferrari, buddy.
DRS open. Do we see Thomas make a bolt here? Nope. Falls in line with Chappers. Chappers still maintaining second.
We got
Thomas
a nice battle for 6 and 7 between Folksy and David Boyer. They keep changing positions here. Well, we got a three-place fight for that 6th spot between David Boyer, Folksy, and Dylan. Looks like right now Guitar Man is making a move on Dylan. Oh, the Haas is trying to get to the outside of him. Way to fight him off, folks. Folksy.
Meanwhile, at that point, Thomas did take over second on the outside of Chappers. So Chappers now back to 3rd. Chappers might want to go ahead and pit now. Probably the best bet. Maybe it'll work out in his favor. Because, yep, he is in the pits. It's close between Matty D and Simster. Matty D stating for his league. Soho and Thomas now 1 and 2.
Into the top 5. David Boyer is now in the top 5 position, but he's still definitely being chased by Folksy. And he's about just under a second under Alba in the 5th place spot. And he absolutely does not have to pit again. So he might be able to maintain that. But we're only halfway through the race. There's a lot of racing left.
Chappers coming out of the pit tunnel. He'll stay in front of crew, so he's back to 12th. Soho, 2.1 second lead on Thomas. Chappers has quite the run in front of him. He's shown good pace so far. And he'll be on the freshest tires to close out this race. Monster will need to pit at one point. He's got 14 laps on his hards.
Maddie was saying it's close between him and Sinister. Let me have a look and see where they at. Where's Sinister at here? Oh, you're talking a different. They're talking tier 4.
Tier 3. Tier 3.
I'm like, how's this guy talking and freaking driving at the same time? But I've seen it done. I don't know how. I've seen it done. Maybe they're doing a talk type of text, like a dragon or something.
Guitar Man Khan gets around Dylan for 7th. Battle we got really going on right now.
Yeah, it looks like the position changes has been by Alba.
Yeah, Alba spin.
Yeah, I just seen him spin just past the pit lane. Like maybe he had some confusion as to whether or not he was going to pit, and that indecision might have cost him. But so far, my personal driver of the day, halfway through it, is this new guy, Thomas. I don't know who the hell you are, sir, but I'm going to absolutely remember you after the day if you keep this up. If not, you'll be forgotten.
Folksy and Boyer
Now
going
we
at
do.
it for fourth. Folksy really applying the pressure. DRS will play a factor here. See if Folksy can get around him. Wings are open. Where's the move coming at? Boyer straight drag race cutting to the inside is Folksy. He's going to have position on that corner underneath. There we go. We get a switch back from Boyer. A little bit of nudge there on the outside. And see if Boyer can rebound in this second section. Wings are open. Coming down the stretch on the outside.
And all the while, Dylan is all up the gearbox of Guitarman for the 7th position. All over the track, we've got some wheel-to-wheel racing. That's what I love about this circuit. It is no shortage of excitement all over the circuit.
Teammates 8 and 9. Teammates also 7 and 10, although Monster's not decently close here. The top 10, he's got the pit though. Meanwhile, back at the top, we got Soho, Thomas, Anza, Folksy now, a little bit of a gap on Boyer. And then we look at Albo, who spun and didn't lose any position. Guitar Man Khan, Dylan, Luke, Monster, Jonesy, Chappers trying to rebound. Oh, we got somebody going around. Jonesy spun. There's a position for Chappers back to 11th. So a little bit easier there for him, saving the tires. Thomas now on 10-lap hards. I don't know if the hards will go the way. I mean, they might not pop, but they're gonna drop off towards the end of this. I think these guys might want to pit again. They're all hoping for a safety car.
Yeah, I know Cruz Stevens is. He has not had a good race at all, but he has definitely hung in there. You know, I love to see when someone doesn't have a good race and things don't start off great, and instead of them retiring the pit lane, they just keep fighting, and you never know what can happen in the midst of a Grand Prix. So, way to stay at it, Cruz Stevens.
Anza coming for Thomas through the 2 DRS zones. Thomas survives. Sparky Spark there. Water in the background.
We're racing right here between Ozba and Guitarman. Great pass by Ozba, passing up Guitarman.
Able to recover from that spin. Ooh, and Guitar Man Khan took that really hard through there.
Yeah, a little herky-jerky there, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful, though, as I watch these cars and I see those sparks coming off the bottom. It just makes me want to take a screenshot so I can try to paint the whole thing later, you know?
Oh! Albo hits the wall. That might be the safety car that everybody's hoping for.
He stayed on the track,
that's
it.
Yeah,
I think so, but and it shouldn't be because he was able to get to the pit. He's able to get to pit lane. He's going to get off those hards, and I see what is he going to put on. Let me stay with the tar man. He's in the pits.
I find it where he smacked the wall hard. I figured it broke the axle.
Oh, he's
the wheel
putting it
fell off.
off.
I guess not.
He's going with the soft these last 9 laps. He's going to really try to cut his way through the field.
That's 11. But he's good. Yeah, I guess you're right. It'll be 9 when they get back green again. Pushing it, though. So, a shakeup here. Dylan going intermediates? Is that an error?
And here I was done with all my college math. I thought I was done with statistics. You know, I didn't know. I was like, this is crazy. Then I get into F1 and I understand why I learned all those statistics. So, hey, it worked out. If I can just get my basic addition and subtraction down, I think I'll be all right.
Look out now. Chappers is up to 7th as we'll reclose the field back up. Lazalbo, 6th. Boyer still 5th. Folksy, 4th. Anza, 3rd. Thomas, and then Soho in the McDonald's Big Mac Ferrari in the lead. His teammate in back. I wonder if he actually disconnected. Nope. I thought he might have been a ghost. So Dylan on intermediates, is he breaking out the umbrella? Yeah, Drunk Pirate saying Dylan has cocked up. Whatever that means.
Yeah, we got so many different word usages. I know me being from Cali, it might be a little hard for people to understand what I'm saying sometimes. So I need to slow my Californian self down and recognize that some people on the other side of the pond just getting used to some of our word expressions and things of that nature. Like, when I use the word guy, it's interchangeable. It's for a man, woman, you know, of equal gender there. I just use guy for everyone. So just a kind of a California word usage.
So the leader pit, Soho went into the pits. Good call on his part, because I don't think these hards will last, but they're going to fall off so much by the end of the race. Going to softs is Soho. Thomas also pit medium, so Anza and Albo will inherit the top 2 spots, but it probably won't be for too long. Chappers right there, now in 5th, but 2 guys behind him are in softs. Right now, it's looking at 3, 4, and 5. It's going to come down. One of these guys are probably going to win this. Not take away from Anza or Albo. Maybe they can defend. But 11 lap hards, they'll get to the end. They're going to fall off. Matty D says classic Dylan for going to intermediates, but he went back in and changed his tires again. Must have been an error. So
yeah, Anderson's definitely is going to be moving up quite a bit in the championship. Coconut just said, with Anderson being P3, he was going to move up 15 points, but he's going to move up considerably more than that if he has the opportunity to actually win this race.
Bogs and dogs.
And, man, Drunken Pirate, who was a pirate in rehab, this is one of them. Hey, I'm going to tell you this. This Drunken Pirate is one of the most hilarious sim racers out there. If you guys don't follow him, log into his YouTube, watch him race, get involved in some chats with him, because he'll say some things that'll hurt your gut, let me tell you. But what he just said right here, what he said, Dylan is cruising at the party, but all part of his master plan. He said his season, he will be in tier 3 with a shot to show what he has. And Mandy says he's doing okay in this race. Nothing fantastic. Mandy, you don't think you were doing fantastic if you won the race, sir. That's the type of expectation you have for yourself. But that's those Prospect E-Racers. These guys all think they can win, except for that one dude, Artistic. He knows he's just an artist watching everyone else race. Let me tell you, but thank you for allowing him to be a part of the program. Just happy to be here. Happy to be here. All right, we need to get crew steamers up a little closer to the pack. We can get him up to the pack. We can get that safety car going. If he can get close to the pack, hey, do not underestimate this guy to crack that top 10 and getting some World races done. Right now, he's in the pit, pushed out on some sauce. We've got 9 laps left to race. Let's see what he can do. And where's Chappers? Chappers is sitting in P5 right now. Chappers, you had most of the race, my friend. You can still win it. Don't give up on yourself. Keep pushing.
Strategy kind of killed him. Everybody else seemed to got to pit with the safety car. He had to pit during the actual race. But was able to repit. No, he did not repit. I took that back. Make the positions back with this safety car. So, yeah, hopefully he can come gunning in 5th. Will those softs fall off and cause Soho a problem? That's a question. He's still got 2 guys in front of him he's got to get around anyways. And then Thomas Wayne, like Batman, waits in the wings. He's going to bring the heat. Folksy also back in 6th on softs. Boyer on softs. These 2 have had a good battle today between those 2, the Merck and the Haas. Both without teammate help right now because their teammates crashed. So.
Yeah, sometimes, the first rule of racing is to beat your teammate. But just not having your teammate in the race kind of makes you feel a little leery about being out there. But you've got not only now you don't have the burden of beating your teammate, you have the burden of carrying his load, his or her load. So now you have the opportunity to go out there and put in a race win for the both of you. And as I said, his or her, because this is a equal gender race sim league. Currently, I believe you only have 1, maybe 2 young lady sim racers. I know we have Paige. We may have another one that I'm yet to confirm, but I know Paige can absolutely race. That woman can drive. I know personally because she's been my teammate and whooped me all up and down the tarmac. I was not happy about it. Just before that, I was saying, man, it'd be great if we get a young lady in the league. And I got one, and she smoked me. So be careful what you ask for because you just might get what you want.
Let's see if the safety car comes back in. Crew Streamers is trying to catch up. It's been.
Oh, and by the way, that was in tier 3 last year. Because each year, I started off in Prospect Season 1, Tier 1. Here we are, Season 7, I'm Tier 4. So, I feel like I'm getting faster, but the league is growing so much internationally. It was barely like a handful of so of us, and now we're, 100 and something people. We've got PlayStation, we've got Xbox, we've got PC, we've now got Gran Turismo 7. We're on 6 continents. We're racing 7 days a week, 5 days a week. I'm sorry, Monday through Thursday we've got F1, and on Friday we do have Gran Turismo 7. So we give everybody the weekend to get themselves practice up and get ready to jump back out there first thing that week. So it's just a really growing and inspiring league. We got so many different people racing with us and trying to get involved, and it's been really a beautiful process to be a part of.
All right, safety car is back in. Let's see where Anza decides to try and back everybody up at, if they even does. Ferrari waiting to pounce. We've got a shootout here, 8 laps. Oh, yeah, 8 laps when we cross the line. And we are back green. Going back to Anza. There's the shot we need. Ooh, coming real early. Alba with the pounce on the teammate. Underneath. Alba. A little bit outside there for Anza. I forgot who's who. Alba did get around. They swapped spots. Good racing there back as soon as it, went back green again. Soho's coming hard on the outside. In the inside, Thomas. Chappers back to 6th. We got Soho into 2nd on the outside. Sector 1 and 2, something happened there. Somebody must have won on the outside.
Yeah,
We're so good.
I had to back off. It looked like it was going good up there, but I seen that yellow caution there, so I had to pull back and see what was going on.
Ooh, a little bit of nudge there. Soho on the outside. Alba, whoa, a little bit of punch. Soho goes around, and he falls back. Still tumbling. The softs did not work. Alba now cleanly in the lead. Folksy up to 2nd. Anza, Thomas, Chappers. And the outside is Boyer. Boyer's going to take the spot from Chappers. Folksy now. Oh, the leader goes around. Let's Alba down to dead last. Folksy in the Haas teammate, the Coconuts, inherits the lead. What a nuts run there on this return lap.
Yeah, the back of the grid has stayed very, very consistent. There's some hard racing back here, but there hasn't been a lot of contact. There's been a little intermediate contact, but nothing that's really disrupted anywhere racing. I keep seeing these caution flags pop up, but I'm not actually seeing any delay in the racing. There may be a little bit of people coming off the initial track, maybe losing a little bit of I guess just losing where they are on the actual track, but not really hitting the wall or anything. He's got a section 3. Ooh, it looks like that might be Crew Steamers again. Yeah, Crew is struggling today, boy. He's struggling.
Well, if you weren't awake,
but it's like that.
You're awake now, because we just had some activity. Folksy clean, 1.4 second lead. Thomas is coming for Anza. DRS is not enabled yet. All in this single file line, getting the draft down the backstretch. Coming in hard. There's Thomas Wayne. Almost clipped Anza.
It was fun watching them Haas's get at it for a minute.
Anza now still holding tight on the aging hard tires. Folksy on those softs might fall off. 4 laps on them, even though a couple of those have been under caution. David Boyer now up to 4th. Chappers back to 5th. Chappers is going to bide his time here for a little bit. We should maybe see some of these softs start falling off. Might see a mistake, but Soho back to 9th. We see Albo fall again. He spins. We'll join the back of the pack. Sectors 1, 2. We're in safety car. Why?
Albo's got to be just disenchanted right now.
Why is that a safety car?
We got a lot of pitting going on from 5th all the way through 10th. Everyone seems to be pitting. We must gonna have a lot of people jump on these softs while they can.
Absolutely.
5th through 12th are all pitting. Looks like, let me see. Coming out. Anza's gonna be the first one out on soft. Oh yeah, everyone's coming out on soft right now.
Folksy is hoping and praying that this last 3 laps.
13.
Same with Boyer. And especially Thomas. This is it's going to help Chappers a lot.
If Chappers going to stay out there on those 9-lap old hard, that's going to be really tough to keep those soft tires behind him once the safety car everybody catches up in the safety car. I don't know if he can fight them off.
Everybody in the
I know
chat.
They got quite a while before they can catch up. They might not catch up this lap, and he may get a start before they fully catch up. But if they catch up, people shouldn't duck.
Everybody in the chat has been complaining about ads on the broadcast, which that would be Twitch. Not us. It's Twitch.
Yeah, I think if you're not actually a so-called subscriber, it's going to do that to you. It does that to me. It gets really nerve-wracking because it happens during some of the more important parts of a race. But I guess Twitch does have to pay for its BS commercials and things of that nature. Now, we do currently have a setting where you can become a actual subscriber. You should have a link there that allows you to subscribe and go from there. I don't know how the process works in its entirety, so I really can't go into much detail. But I do know that if you do become a subscriber, you will not receive the commercial.
Folksy is pitting. Boyer is pitting. Chappers is pitting.
Wow. Thomas has stayed out there.
Thomas inherits the lead. Yeah, Chappers should have stayed out. Thomas inherits the lead, and he might have just been gift wrapped this race in a platter. He is on mediums, but there's nobody in front of him. So he's going to have clean air on what's probably going to be a 2-lap shootout. Anza up to third. He's on softs. Everybody's on softs except for Thomas. You see here, he's alone. There's somebody, Folksy. Even after all that, Folksy comes out second. I mean,
there's a reason why that's the reason why he's the number one team, a part of the 1-2 punch of the number one team in the league with him and Just Coconut. These guys do this every single week. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Folksy is in the top 4 or the top 7 in the actual overall championship. So, I mean, he is a power player in his own right and has every intention on winning every race. But right now, the new guy, no one knows this new guy. Thomas W. is currently in his second Prospects eRacing League race. And he finished, I believe, in the top 10 last week. I want to say, excuse me, I want to say he was 8th. I could be mistaken. I can go back and check. But he started this race 7th, and he's currently sitting in the driver's position to win this race. But he's on the wrong tires. He's on the wrong tires in time to win the race. So if he can fight these guys off with a little defense, you never know what can happen.
I personally I don't think he's in the wrong tires. I think those mediums are where they need to be. Everybody else has got to get heat the tires. And the softs have caused a lot of spins today. I don't think this... Yep. I think we're going to get something right off the bat. We're going to go to safety car again. Hopefully not. Hopefully we have an ultimate race.
Nah, no more safety car the rest of the race. We only got 2 penalties so far today. Who are they on? Let's see here. We got 3 seconds on Monstar and 3 seconds on Crew Steamer. You know, Crew, you only got 3 seconds worth of penalties, buddy. You just, the race started bad for you, and trust me, I know what it's like to race from the back of the grid. It's freaking disheartening. So I hate seeing you back there, but it's great and inspiring to see you not give up, man. Makes me happy. Every single time when I wind myself up back there going forward, I'm going to have to remember you back there fighting through. So I appreciate you doing this, if for no one else but for me. Thank you so much, Crew. And if anybody in the league knows, Crew is absolutely one of the stand-up guys in the league, man. He would definitely let you know what's on his mind. Not one of them kind of guys you got to worry about what he's thinking. And if there's any kind of hidden agenda or ulterior motive, no, he going to let you where he stands. And he going to let you know where you stand, too. Okay, but it's all in honesty. It's all rooted in love. And he's an absolute A1 gold standard type of guy. We're getting back up to the top of the field. I'm going to jump inside of David Boyer, sitting in that sweet Mercedes. Let's see what he can do from the 4th spot.
As this race has been under a safety car, just to recap, our points leader didn't qualify. Started the race in the back, wrecked. Our second in points, also wrecked. We had Chappers up early consistently as he went back and forth a little bit with Folksy. And then a bunch of safety cars in the backpack kind of shuffled the field with strategy. And the big racing we had was just before this stint between teammates of the Williams as they went back and forth until Zalbo spun out. Anza's still in third. They were on aging tires, but we also had a leader, Soho, with the Ferrari, he ended up spinning out too. So the battling there, the last stretch, was very intense. Safety cars back, and here comes the McGoogle McLaren around the final bend, and here we are to launch. Getting some dunch. Folksy keeping up immediately on the green flag. Well, they're leaving everybody in the dust, aren't they? Folksy wants to keep the championship in Haas's grasp for the constructors. Dylan has retired from the session. On the outside, a little bit of wobble there. Folksy can't make it. He makes an outside pass for the lead. As I cough manically after that. Too much. But yes.
Wow, we got two laps left to see how this is going to wrap up. Oh, we got a little bit of contact between David Boyer and Guitarman trying to fight for that fourth place position. We got a Mercedes and Red Bull. Isn't that what it's all about? Mercedes and Red Bull? What the heck is this Austin Martin doing in the way? Austin Martin, get your butt out of the way so this Mercedes can pass this Red Bull as meant to be. But I guess it was not meant to be so far because Austin Martin is currently fighting it out with the Mercedes. David Boyer and Chopper got back ahead. He said, what are you talking about, guy? I started this race in the win, in the lead, and he's planning on getting back up there. So let's see what you can do, Chopper. You know I've been rooting for you, buddy. Once again, a great guy, and he's also a commentator. Does great commentating. Gerard Artiers, and just an overall great guy. Let me tell you, we got the fastest lap right there with Folksy with 126.398, and he's right back on top. Got one race, 1 lap left, 1.5 laps left to finish off this race.
All right.
Thomas is holding on to the second spot so far.
Well, Guitar Man Colin spun or something. So I'm back. So yeah, final lap here. After all that, we have Folksy make the pass. Thomas then second. Softs worked for Haas. Anza's coming. Chappers as well. If they're underneath, actually, I take that back. We got a lap and a half of them.
I tell you, if only for a moment, I really enjoyed seeing those Williams go at it because, you know, being in one. Oh, what happened? I just got frozen. I'm frozen. I'm aired out. I'm out of the race. Commentator is out of the race. Is the race still taking place?
Yep. It says you left.
No, I did not leave. I'm going to come back in. I join with you. Well, I say places.
Folks are still in the lead here. Thomas is losing ground. Anza is third. He might be able to get Thomas there in the final lap.
No, I might trying to request to watch it. What the heck is going on? Oh, this hates me.
Chapman's still trying to come hard here. So,
with you, buddy. Let's see here.
Final lap, Folksy still 2.1 is going to almost coast the list, but we've seen enough today where somebody could spin out. So officially retired.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get back in. I'm sorry for this. I absolutely apologize.
So on to the backstretch here. DRS will open up. Does he make a move? Can he get a run here to take second from Thomas Wayne? Japper's also coming with in good defense, pushing him to the outside, but Anza, let's see here, on the outside of the chicane, makes the position. Thomas had to bowl a little bit. Anza will take second. Now can he hold off Chappers? But Thomas is going to try and fight back here. Final DRS zone on the outside again. Could not hold it. Anza's got the position underneath. Bit the outside there. Boy, Thomas is really coming hard. He's going to make this one stick side by side into the final sector of this. Folksy's going to win the race. Thomas here, boy, side by side, neck and neck. Thomas W. get the position back. Final section. Coming around the corner here. Anza tried to push it in hard. Brilliant run there by Thomas. Folksy wins. Thomas takes second. Anza will take third. Chappers fourth. Luke fifth. What a brilliant last stand there from Thomas and Anza. Folksy. Us is still getting that constructors, ain't they? Boy, what a run there.
Well, I'm back. Oh, I'm back just in time to hear Folksy put it down, let it be known that he hadn't won the race. But I didn't get a chance to see who else was rounding out our top our top race leader. Les Alba, driver of the day. Les Alba, driver of the day. That's weird because did he wind up down? Where did he wind up? He was in 12th when I got thrown out of here.
They were battling there. I believe he was third.
Let me see where he's at. Because didn't he tumble?
As we see.
Where did Thomas wind up?
Second.
Okay, let's see here. Let me see where everybody wound up at. I'll go ahead and read it off. We got Folky as the leader. Thomas W in second. Great job, new guy. Absolute great job. Second race, P2. Way to keep it up, man. If you keep it with this trend, no telling where you'll be at. We got Anza at third, followed by Chappers in the fourth place position. He was our pole setter, finished fourth. He's fourth place in the championship standing, and I expect great things from him all throughout the rest of the season. Luke is in fifth place, followed by Jonesy. The awesome David Boyer, seventh. Monster up in eighth. We got Les Albo at ninth. The homeboy Crew Steamers in 10th place, followed by Guitarman, show host, Dylan X Coop, which is a really cool name, by the way. What else we got here? In 15th, we got Pira, Bebo in 16th, and Just Coconuts, our championship leader. He got he kind of DNF when the race first started. I don't know really what happened, but there was just kind of an aberration. Once again, he's absolutely the man to beat in the championship, so don't count him out. But today, our podium positions were Folksy, Thomas, and Anza. Congratulations to the three of you and everyone who drove with us today. It was an absolute pleasure being with you guys. So we're going to have an opportunity to interview our race winners today.
Yeah, we'll hop over and see if we get anybody in. If I can find it. Right, I'm going to hop over to the interview room or podium. Clearly, Folksy paid for that emoji dance scene he's got. He also took the fastest lap today, quite a bit. 126.398. That's fast. If he'll make it work in the softs, able to deliver when Coconuts was not. That's a team right there. So let's see. And we are in the podium interviews. See if we can get someone to join podium interviews. Great race though there at the end. Definitely had a lot of safety cars. And yeah. So that's my coughing fit at the end. I had to mute for some reason. Mad allergies where I live right now. I love ragweed.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, there we go, folksy. Our winner. What were your thoughts coming down that final stretch?
Yeah, it was hard. Hard. The last safety car saved me. I was a bit worried because I went on the soft early, and that safety car after that really helped me, and I had to get past a lot of cars quick. So I was like down in P6, at the safety car restart, and all I thought was just to get past the cars just quickly. And I got past 2 cars, and yeah, I got away with the win. So,
right. So you're able to step up when your teammate fell apart. Not really fell apart, but had some mistakes. I was at carrying that Haas nameplate to maintain the Constructors Championship spot.
Yeah. My teammate has got a 33-point lead. He is a very good driver. He can certainly come back next race. Whatever happens this season, I will do my best to secure the Constructors and help him win the championship. So,
Hey,
it was unlucky for...
Did you guys practice together, or do you just kind of show up in racing and hope you do well, or similar pace and things of that nature? Or did you ever actually work on strategy and the things of that nature as you prepare for?
We don't train together. We just show up and just hope for the best, race the best we can, and this team is a very good team because we're consistent. He's getting up there, I'm getting up there, and yeah, Just Coconuts is an amazing teammate, and I'm happy to be crowned as his teammate as well. So
Yeah, you guys represent the whole league well, and not only in your racecraft, but just the way you treat each other, the way you treat the rest of the league, your conduct on and off the circuit is really commendable. We've got a lot of international eyes watching us throughout the world, and to see you up there on the podium being able to speak for all of us is a beautiful thing.
yeah, like me and Just Coconuts have so much respect for each other. Yeah, the past couple of races where he's won, I've private messaged him saying, well done, let's go, more points. And he came in today just to grats. So yeah, look, I can't wish for nothing else. So
It's okay.
Did you have any special feeling about racing here on this particular circuit? Did you think about last year, 2021? Did it come to mind at all throughout the course of your training or race itself?
I wasn't. I came in this race nervous. I'm not. I don't very like Abu Dhabi. I feel like I spin a lot, and I just calm throughout the race, and yeah, the result. I got the result what we needed. So
Go over what was going through your head in that final shootout.
final shootout. I needed to get past the Ferrari, because if I never, it would have been hard. Like, I didn't mind the first two because I know I was on fresh sauce, but the Ferrari was my most thought throughout that, and just say I need to get past him before he gets past the two cars, and he did sadly get taken out. And after that, I caught Albo, and yeah, got past him. So
Fantastic.
I've got a young son who sees his dad as a sim racer, and now he wants to be a race car driver. He just never seen me lose to the likes of all you guys before. But for a young sim racer out there who's just starting off, who's kind of out there, maybe doing his own thing, what would you recommend in terms of whether or not they should be involved in league racing? How does that help them advance? And would you recommend this league?
I would 100% recommend this league. This is an amazing league to be a part in. And if my advice for someone who wants to start this, start slow. Don't think about leagues now. Just think about how am I going to put your first laps in every track, watch the replay, see where you went wrong, and do it over again. And then when you feel you're ready, come into the league and just say, can I be a reserve? Right, put your name forward for the races, right, and you start getting the hang of it, and then you say, like, I'm ready for a full-time seat if you have any space. And then you'll have a full-time seat, and you just need to prove yourself that you belong at the top.
You don't just belong, but at the top. That's what I'm talking about. Well said. Well said.
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah,
A
so-
brilliant race from top to bottom. Slow starts, the safety cars, the final 10 laps, even though there's another one sprinkled in there, was very exciting.
Yeah.
We are here every day at 5 p.m. Eastern American time. I think it's 10 BST.
Well, it's I'm in America too, but it starts at what is it, 4 o'clock here? 4 o'clock here, because I'm in Central Time. Where are you at, Philman?
Eastern.
Okay, I'm Central. So you're starting an hour ahead of me. 5 for you, 4 for me. And on the West Coast, it'd be 2 o'clock, because that's where I'm from. So I got to always know where they are, you know?
Alrighty. And we are Tier 3 tomorrow, same time. Tier 4 Thursday. Hopefully
Are you
Gran
with me
Turismo
tomorrow?
on Friday.
Are you commentating with me?
That would not be me.
Okay, it must be Zippo. Zippo's pretty awesome, too.
So
Does a great job.
you can check them out tomorrow. Same Twitch time. Watch replays on YouTube. As for this race, Abu Dhabi's wrapped up. We are closing down this season with just less than a handful of races left. See if Coconuts can hold on. His teammates stepped it up today. Anyways, this is Feldman 9000.
And this is artistic. And folks, you may have secured yourself a construction championship, buddy. And that's just a great thing to be a champion. So I really commend you, and I thank you for racing. I would like to say to you before I close, I haven't felt good all day. And just watching you guys race, I feel better right now than I have in the last 9 hours or so. So just watching this race is an elixir for me. And I just want to thank you for your contribution to my life.
You're so welcome. And as you say, we are construction champions. I did not know that, but
So
yeah,
it's wrapped up.
That's a good start. Next is the constructors. Yes. Let's win it all.
Get her done, baby.
Till
Let's
next
do it for
time.
America. Team.
Bye bye.